Shalom, my dear friend. In the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, God commands the people of Israel to celebrate his appointed feasts. Throughout the year, as the Jewish people enter into the season of each feast, the atmosphere in Israel changes. Schools go on break, workplaces close, prayers are lifted up in the synagogues and at the Western Wall. Neither wars nor circumstances can make a Jew forget these most important days of the year. Because God said, remember, celebrate, keep them. And now in Israel, one of the main feasts is beginning, Rosh Hashanah. Literally translated from Hebrew, it means head of the year. That is the beginning of the new year. There are many traditions and symbols, apples, honey, pomegranates, and so on. All of this is beautiful and full of atmosphere. But God commanded the Jewish people to do something very important on this day. In Hebrew, this day is called Zikron Trua. Zikron means remembrance, memorial. Trua is a very special word that literally means the sound of the shofar. Imagine this. In Hebrew, there is a separate word just to describe this unique sound. And why the shofar? The shofar is God's creation, simply an animal's horn. There is nothing human in it. When God gave the Torah to Moses on Mount Sinai, the people of Israel heard precisely the sound of the shofar. And now this sound is called the voice of God. God commanded his people to remember the sound of the shofar, to remember his voice. And you know, when during this feast the sound of the shofar spreads all over Israel, from balconies, in the streets, in the squares, it is an indescribable feeling. You truly feel as if you can hear heaven itself. But how does this relate to us today? What does this feast say to the children of God, to all who believe in him? The Apostle Paul wrote in his letters that at the sound of the trumpet, Jesus will return to the earth a second time. And now we can connect these two perspectives of this feast. And I want to say to you today, my friend, remember the voice of God. Remember what the voice of your shepherd sounds like. Remember so that you will recognize him when the last days come. Remember so that you will discern him. Remember so that you will know when it is God himself who is speaking to you. Thousands of voices surround us today. The news, different teachings, people's opinions, our own inner voice. And in the midst of all this noise, we must be able to recognize the voice of our Savior. He may not always speak as loudly as our circumstances, our fears, our pain, or our doubts, but his voice is the only true one, and he will always point the way. And as we say here in Israel, Shana Tova Umetuka, may you have a good and sweet year. And once again, remember the voice of God. Remember the trumpet call.